What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another LEGO YouTube video. It's now officially been over a year since I've documented my LEGO collection on my YouTube channel, and time has flown by a lot. I haven't really done a collection tour video in a while because there just hasn't really been too many sets to actually add to the collection, so I figured it'd be a fun idea. It's the end of the month and it's my 1-year anniversary on YouTube. Let's go ahead and do an updated LEGO collection tour. And we've got our dog Abby joining us today, and then I think the first area that I'm going to highlight, we're going to kind of go like in a rotation, but we're going to start off with the stuff around my desk. And first off, what we have is my LEGO Star Wars droid shelf, and I've got the Droideka R2 and BD1, and at the very bottom I have my skeleton head that I got around this time last year for minifigure storage, and then over here we have some more posters which look pretty cool, and then right above my desk we have kind of the first of 3 shelves, the first of which houses the Lion Knights Castle, which is a really fun set to put together. I got this earlier on in the year, I think I want to say like back in January, and a lot of fun to put that together. I think it pairs really nicely with the Medieval Markets that came out, I want to say back in March, and really cool diorama over there. I'm very happy with the placement of that. And then we've also got the Home Alone set over here. And then all the way towards the left, we have 2 of my favorite sets in the collection, the T2 camper van, as well as the LEGO Beatles Yellow Submarine. I love the Beatles. We'll talk about them all day. And then right above this, we have my Ecto 1 and my Stranger Things upside down display, as well as the Stranger Things brickheads. And then to the right of this, we have the, I think it's 2011 or maybe 2012, pretty sure it's 11 though, LEGO Monster Fighters Haunted House with some other minifigures posed on it. And then we've also got Hocus Pocus, and I think that makes for a nice display. And then it transitions us into Harry Potter with Hogsmeade, the bottom half of the Gringotts Bank. And then to the very right here, we've kind of just got some sets thrown in here that were in my closet that I had to kind of put on display because I reorganized my closet a couple days ago. And above this, we have the main like bulk, I would say, of my Harry Potter collection. We've got Diagon Alley, as well as the Ravenclaw and Hufflepuff banners. And then of course, in the center, the big centerpiece, I guess, with the Ukrainian Iron Belly on top is Gringotts Wizarding Bank, and then we've also got the Slytherin and the Gryffindor house banners. I am a Gryffindor. What house are y'all? Definitely let me know down in the comments, but anyway, we've got the rest of Diagon Alley over here too, which looks pretty cool, and I think it blends in really nicely with my LEGO Creator City display that I have over here. I've got lots of the modular buildings, including the Boutique Hotel, which is one of my favorites, and then I've got the Parisian restaurant next to the Jazz Club. There's tons of Marvel and like DC and Star Wars minifigures posed around here too. I've got more in-depth videos on those on my channel, but like we've also got the Goat Boat on top of the LEGO City too, and then we've got the Grand Emporium all the way over here, which I think looks pretty cool. We've got some more DC based minifigures on this side, and then right next to it on the other kind of half, I guess, of the Creator City, we've got the Palace Cinema, which looks really cool and is one of my favorites with some custom movie posters. Shout out to LML Gaming for providing me with those. And we've got the museum modular building, as well as the police station with the police helicopter from my childhood up top, and we've also got a custom bat signal that I put on top of there too. Pretty cool. Again, more details on this can be found, I think like from a couple of months ago I did a more detailed overview, but we've also got the detective's office and the pet shop over here, so really cool kind of lineup of modular buildings. I'm really happy with how all of them kind of sync up together. And then also on my desk I have my Funko Pop collection, and more importantly I have my LEGO minifigure collection, and the first one are my Marvel superheroes. I recently redid this, I also want to say a couple months ago, and I also have a LEGO Marvel Super Villains shadow box, which also looks pretty cool. Tons of great minifigures inside of here. I love the superhero minifigures they've released over the years. And then we've also got the DC Superheroes shadow box, as well as the DC Super Villains, and the Super Villains one is probably one of my most valuable ones in the collection. And then right above it we've got all of my Funko Pops in my collection. I have actually not bought a single Funko Pop ever. All of these have been gifted to me, which I thought was kind of funny, and I want to continue that. So not a huge Funko collector, but if I get them I display them. And then we've also got my Star Wars The Clone Wars poster on my closet door still. And then this kind of moves us into the other half of the city, which is the like UCS Marvel ones with the Sanctum Sanctorum all the way on the end here. And then we've got the very first of them, the Daily Bugle, kind of towards the center over here. And then I've got half of the pet shop kind of like dividing the Avengers Tower from the Daily Bugle, which I thought looked pretty cool. And tons of Marvel minifigures over here. This one is kind of like more Marvel based, I would say, but I'm really happy with all of the stories that I was able to tell on it. It looks really impressive too, and it really brings together like the entire Lego City setup, so very happy with that. And now moving on to the next section of the Lego collection, which has definitely been growing a lot, especially in the past month, is the Star Wars collection. And first off, it has Ewok Village all the way up here. This is my Return of the Jedi based shelf, and then we've also got the Endor Speeder Chase diorama, as well as the Death Star Final Battle diorama, and then we have the 2021 version of the Imperial Shuttle kind of looming in the background, and I thought that looked really nice, so really happy with that shelf. We've got my childhood version of the 2011, I want to say, Police Station, one of my favorite sets of all time, and then this kind of bridges us into the Star Wars section. We've got lots of ships from The Mandalorian and Ahsoka, and then we've kind of got the Imperial fleet over here, and then you can also see Darth Vader's castle right here, which looks pretty cool, and then it transitions us into the Rebel section with the A-Wing, or not the A-Wing, the I think it's called, I forget what it's called, but whatever the ship from Ahsoka was. And then down here, we've got a bunch of portraits. And then we've also got my Lego Ninjago collection down here, which is mainly comprised of the Ninjago City Markets and the Ninjago City Gardens, which is really cool. And then we've got the Great Wave in the background, as well as the Tranquil Garden diorama, and then we have Bo-Katan. So lots of great sets over here. And then below it, we've got my Star Wars minifigure collection, which I don't show off as much as I should. I've got a bunch of really cool minifigures in here. My original trilogy one is stacked. I've got like a lot of the different Imperial troopers, some bounty hunters, and some of the main cast from the hero side. And then we've got my Clone Wars and Rebels shadow box over here. I love the Darth Maul and the Kanan minifigures in there. And then we've got my prequel-based one too, with some Clone Wars minifigures in there, like Phase 2 Rex and Ahsoka. And then I've also got my Lego Harry Potter shadow box all the way over here too. And then I've got my anniversary minifigures, the Bonsai Tree and the Kylo Ren Microfighter. And then as we come down here, we're able to see my amiibos. Not really Lego, but I thought I'd show them. But the only Lego thing on this shelf is the Office Lego set. And then this kind of transitions us into like the big kind of Lego Star Wars sets over here. Like we can kind of see the UCS Razor Crest on the very top of this nightstand over here. It's got the display plaque and the minifigures, and then of course below it we've got the buildable Grogu and a few other Mandalorian sets, and at the very bottom we've got Boba Fett's palace, as well as the brickheads from Kylo Ren and the Sith Trooper. And then you can see this is like, yeah, the big kind of like UCS area for my Lego collection. The very bottom houses the Hoth Wampa Cape, one of my first ever Lego sets I had in the collection, and we've also got the UCS AT-AT above it, as well as the AT-ST and the Snow Speeder from the Hoth Wampa Cave. And then above this we have my crown jewel of the Lego collection, the Lego Millennium Falcon UCS set, which is still my favorite set in the entire collection. And so now we're going to move on into even more Star Wars, because I have way too much Star Wars in the collection. Just kidding, you can never have too much Star Wars. But we've got the UCS gunship on the top shelf, accompanied by the UCS Venator, as well as the kind of like MIDI scale invisible hand set. We've got the Coruscant buildable planet from forever ago, and then down here we've got the Imperial Light Cruiser from 2021. We've got the Return of the Jedi stuff with the sail barge, and then we've also got Jabba's palace and some more Tatooine stuff. And then below this we have the Dagobah diorama, as well as the Kenobi duel. We've got the two Death Star dioramas, and then we've got some other Hoth sets at the very bottom. And then I've also got my Brickheads collection down here to the left. We've got some more prequel sets over here. We've got my kind of like dark side display with the Justifier and Grievous's Starfighter, the Mandalorian Starfighter, the Bad Batch shuttle, and then we've got the Turbo Tank and the ATTE. And then the very top shelf has the Coruscant Guard gunship, as well as a few other Starfighters and the Republic fighter tank, so more prequel-based / Clone Wars sets over there. And that's the bulk of the Star Wars collection, but there's still definitely a lot more, I would say. And the first thing that comes to mind is my Tatooine display, which is really cool. I added to this last month with the new pod racing, the Mos Espa pod racing diorama, and then we've also got the Mos Eisley Cantina over here with the Luke's Land Speeder too, to kind of bring in some more detail over there. And I'm really happy with this display. I think it fits on the radiator perfectly. And then right above it I've got the complete series of the Lego Star Wars helmets, and I'm really happy with these guys. I think it looks really cool above the window. And then now we finally move on from Star Wars, and we've got my superhero collection, and I changed a few things over here. The first thing I'll look at is like this nightstand that I've got, which has mostly Nintendo based sets on the bottom here. We've got the Piranha Plant, as well as the Question Mark and the NES. And then Up above this, we have the second half of the NES, as well as Bowser playing the Super Mario Bros. Game over there. And then we've also got Seinfeld and the Friends Lego set. And then I added Big Ben to this display, like literally yesterday. And then I've got my classic Lego Batman minifigures from 2006 through 2008. And I've got the display plaque for the Batwing, and also the Batwing is hung up on the shelf, or not really on the shelf, on the wall over here. And then I've also got the Starry Night, as well as my collectible minifigures from like series 1 through I think 15 is the last one I started collecting. And then I've got the Batman portrait too. And then above this, I've got some Nintendo art prints, which look pretty cool, just hanging up above my bed. I was going to put a shelf there, but didn't want to, because if that falls, that's not very good. But this kind of moves us into the Guardians of the Galaxy display. I added the Groot set to it this month, and we've got some other cool UCS kind of like Marvel sets. We've got the Captain America shield, the Mjolnir, the Infinity Gauntlet, Hulkbuster, and Black Panther. So really cool shelf. Love the display. And then below it, we've got my Batman stuff with the 1989 Batmobile, and then in the background we've kind of got the Batcave Shadow Box that came out around this time last year. And then we've got some smaller sets over here too, like we've got the Clayface set, we've got Killer Croc over here. Below it, we've got my Dark Knight trilogy sets with the UCS and minifigure scale tumblers and the Bat from 2013, I want to say. And then below this, we've got my Batcave from 2012. We've got Arkham Asylum and the Dynamic Duo Funhouse Escape below this. And then on this next shelf, we've got more like Justice League themed sets, like we've got the Dark Side Invasion. And then below it, we've got the Batman sets, as well as the classic TV series Batmobile. And then we've got some comic books over here and some Lego books. To the right, we've got some Marvel sets. On the shelf above this one, we've got the Ghost Rider mech, the Quinjet, and we've got Series 1 and Series 2 of the Marvel Studios CMFs. And then we've got my Infinity War / Endgame like diorama over here, which I thought looked really cool. And then right above this, we've got my X-Men shelf with the 2 X-Jets, as well as the Wolverine mech. And then we've also got the Spider-Man shelf with the No Way Home diorama, plus the expansion and the bridge battle. And then we've also got the Iron Man Hall of Armor up here, which houses most of my Iron Man minifigures. We've got the Iron Man helmet and the gauntlet too, so I thought that looks pretty cool. And that was everything. This was kind of like a more quick, fast-paced kind of collection tour, but I'm really happy with everything that we were able to show off. I'm really surprised with how much the collection has grown in a year too. I was rewatching last year's May collection tour, and the collection just looks completely different. Also, before I forget, this is where I put my spare minifigures and my spare Lego parts over here. But back to that first train of thought, though, it's kind of crazy just how much your Lego collection can kind of evolve and change over a year. Like, looking back at my kind of like first ever video on the YouTube channel, it's crazy just to see how different the collection was a year ago. Half the shelves that I have hung up on the wall just weren't even there. There was just like different furniture items. I didn't even have like half of the sets that I have in my collection now too. Like, I kid you not, I feel like 2023 and then like the first half of 2024 was like crazy for my Lego collecting. And I'm really happy with all the progress that we made with it too. So definitely let me know what your favorite part of the Lego collection was down in the comments below. Let me know what your favorite set was. Be sure to leave a like if you did enjoy the video. Subscribe if you are new around here. But that is all for today. Here is to another year of amazing community and comments and everything that y'all give me. Thank y'all so much for your support of the channel over the past year, and I will see all of y'all in the next one. Thank you for watching. We'll see y'all later. Bye.